This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. Few medical centres have a festive atmosphere, but Dunedin's Te Kaika does its business a little differently to everyone else. There's a new pop-up COVID-19 vaccination centre opening, and staff are keen to make the experience as fun as possible.
A brand new COVID-19 vaccination clinic known as Mō Tātou Tipuna opened in Caversham yesterday. Patients enjoyed free food, tea and coffee while music played loudly as some people received COVID-19 vaccinations.
And at any one time there'll be 5 to 6 people here with a head clinic lead, so a nurse, head nurse, authorised vaccinator, and then we'll have 2 vaccinators and at least 3 admin staff at any one time.
The clinic is at 285 South Road in the suburb's former medical centre. And the project manager says they're open for booked vaccinations in the morning and operates as a drop-in clinic for families who wish to be vaccinated together.
We had, because of the booking system, we knew that we had 80 or so people coming in today. So that plus whānau, so coming in, So we knew that we were going to be busy today.
Te Kaika sent messages to its 7,000 clients about the clinic opening. And Reid is confident word of mouth will quickly send the news that it's open to the rest of the community.
We wouldn't turn anyone away, so anyone is welcome. So even though our funding and our kaupapa is related to Māori Pacifica specifically, or especially, we wouldn't exclude anyone. So it is also a community base for South Dunedin.
About 6 staff, including 2 vaccinators, are on site to manage patient flow. And yesterday they welcomed more than 80 patients to the site. In Dunedin, the South Today.
The Southland District Council is asking for more than $3 million from the government's tourism package to help hard-hit regions. The council wants almost $500,000 to improve a Tiano boat ramp and toilets, $1.5 million towards a wastewater project, just over $1 million to upgrade a Manapouri visitor centre, and almost $700,000 for work on a wharf and viewing platform on Stewart Island. If applications are approved, they would be matched by council towards the total cost of the project. The lanterns are almost ready and the people are primed for the Dunedin Midwinter Carnival, set to light up the Octagon on Saturday night. And the festival will feature 2 new attractions this year.
Last-minute preparations are underway for this year's Midwinter Carnival, before there can be light. Carnival Workshop Coordinator Xanthi Naylor is excited by the event's theme.
So the theme is the Moonlit Garden. There's various themes that you can see. A lot of the creatures we're building are nocturnal creatures. I don't want to give too many secrets away about what lanterns we'll be seeing, but various ones that will be returning, like moths and owls and stuff like that, which have been features in the past and are coming back this year.
Activities start in the Octagon about 3 p.m. with music and performance from community groups, which for the first time includes a lantern making workshop. During the event, collectors will be asking the public for donations. And this year, organisers are giving 50% of the funds raised to the Life Matters suicide prevention charity. Naylor says as well as the workshop tent being new, there's a major new feature set to light up an Octagon landmark.
I think the projection mapping is going to be a big surprise. I think what the artist who's working on that will be really exciting to see. It's something we haven't done too much of in the past.
And in the night garden, there will also be a market featuring food trucks and craft stalls. The main feature of the evening, the procession, will start from First Church in Moray Place at 6 p.m. And Xanthi Naylor says they're thankful to many sponsors who've donated funds and materials to help them spread a little midwinter light. In Dunedin, the South Today.
The father of a Gore toddler who drowned in an oxidation pond wants police to stump up with a reward for information. A police search team found the body of a 3-year-old Lachlan Jones in one of Gore's sewage oxidation ponds early last year. His father, Paul Jones, is set to meet police next week over the death of his son. Police believe 3-year-old Lachlan walked to the pond on his own, but his father maintains there were suspicious circumstances. He is asking police to offer a reward for more information about his son's death in a bid to draw out those reluctant to come forward. Ice skaters from across the country came to Dunedin to take part in the local ice skating championships last weekend. Among the local skaters taking part were sisters Hannah and Rebecca Syme, who may well have a career on the ice ahead of them.
Sisters Hannah and Rebecca Syme are regulars at the Dunedin Ice Stadium, building up their skills in competitive ice skating, with competing overseas a possibility on the horizon. Hannah says due to COVID-19, there haven't been many opportunities to compete against other New Zealanders over the last year.
Last year it really affected us because we were unable to make a lot of events, or the events were cancelled and put to later dates, which is just hard to fit in with the school timetable and having things just cancel.
She says there's both admiration and a competitive streak between skaters across the country.
All the Auckland skaters are incredibly talented. They're really lovely to watch, and I enjoy competing with them, because even though I know in solo I probably won't get on the podium with them there, it's inspirational to watch them.
Her younger sister Rebecca is working on how to execute the perfect jump, and says the correct mental attitude is important to complete with a graceful landing.
Well, for me, it's relaxing, but also concentrating on them. It's quite challenging, but it's, you have to have a really good mindset, but also be very relaxed.
18-year-old Hannah already has plans to travel to Russia at the start of next year to study and to skate. In Dunedin, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a Tourism Waitaki winter marketing campaign falls flat, and telephone systems from yesteryear are on display in Christchurch. We'll see you after the break.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've opened another pop-up store in Invercargill. It's for a limited time. We're in D Street, 201, right beside the Lone Star. Come and check us out. We've got some fantastic deals for you. We've got moleskins, we've got every sort of shirt, warm ones, work ones, business, merino knitwear, jeans, trousers, you name it, the list goes on. It's such a big deal. Come and see us.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Alex Campbell Menswear, pop-up store, D Street, Invercargill.
TV, our favourite babysitter, but it can be tough keeping up with what our tamariki are watching. Luckily, the Broadcasting Standards Authority has made some smart changes to the classification labels. Ooh! Plus changes to the time of day certain rated shows will air, and awesome new parental lock features, meaning your babysitter's job is safe. Find out more at safeviewing.co.nz.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Welcome back. Dunedin City Councillor Christine Geary says the city needs an immigration office to handle international students and COVID-related issues. Speaking to this week's Economic Development Committee meeting, Councillor Geary said Dunedin was the study home for 5,000 international students before the pandemic. She says international students experienced complicated issues during the pandemic, including repatriation, which can be tough to deal with over the phone. Gary's comments came after councillors received an update from Study Dunedin coordinator Margot Reid about immigration pressures facing international students. Tourism Waitaki's new winter marketing campaign is not hitting the spot for many of the locals. Hoping to drum up tourism to the region, the campaign includes 11 comical videos, but has drawn ire regarding the pronunciation of place names such as Moeraki and Waitaki.
The Waitaki has its own distinctive spirit, with a population of 24,500.
24,505.
It's clear.
This is the sweet sound.
The comedic video series features men dressed up as Victorian women and characters dressed as pink unicorns, and has drawn ire from Waitaki locals. Social media comments have described the campaign as incredibly cringeworthy and poorly executed. Whitestone Cheese has pulled its involvement, describing it as odd and poorly researched. Tourism Waitaki received $17,000 for the campaign from the government. They say they are aware of the negative comments, but proud of what they produced. Ferrymead Historic Park in Christchurch is home to all manner of steam trains, trams and gadgets from yesteryear. Among those contributing to the collection is the Ferrymead Post and Telegraph Historical Society, which exhibits telephone systems as they were before they were computerised.
Ferrymead Post and Telegraph Society was formed to preserve all aspects of the Post and Telegraph Department as it was, which later became the Post Office. This includes all their radio, telegraph, telephone equipment, plus the postal side of things, plus all their archives, and preserving the thoughts and memories of the people who worked in it. We collect post office memorabilia, the vehicles, and memories of the people who made the post office work through its years. You bear in mind that the post office was also the agency for many other government activities. And we were involved in that over my 31 years of service with the post office. Digitisation is one of the biggest changes that I've perceived from a an electromechanical set of devices that I was kind of brought up on. Everything now is based on a computer, in the case of cell phones, on radio technology, and many other advances. Maybe the biggest technical advance that I would perceive is the invention of the laser beam, because it's facilitated fibre optics and cable and so many hundreds of thousands of other things that you can do with a laser beam, many of which of course have found their way into what the post office was before it became what it is now, in a collection of private enterprises.
After the break on the South Today, plans for a housing development near Queenstown are firmly rejected by the community, and we check out the weather.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
Inside are all sorts of innovations from all over China.
Welcome back. Plans for a housing development near Queenstown have been firmly rejected by the community. Following public consultation, over 500 submissions were made regarding the Queenstown Lakes District Council's proposal to develop Ladies Mile. 86% of submitters have given it the thumbs down or expressed concerns. Only 5% approve of the proposal. Two of the main concerns are the high density of housing and the likelihood of increasing congestion on the Shotover River Bridge. The council says the project team will now carefully analyse the feedback before reporting to the council. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Vaccinations for Māori, Pacifica and vulnerable people roll out in Dunedin with a vaccination centre opening in Caversham. Preparations are well underway for this weekend's Midwinter Carnival, set up to light central Dunedin with hundreds of lanterns and more. And two sisters work on improving their competitive skating skills while training in Dunedin. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Barry.
Hello, Sophie.
Good
well,
evening.
COVID-19 strikes again, of course.
It does.
There was a big story today about the Australian traveller who went to Wellington for the weekend, and of course everybody's on alert now, and of course
Yes.
Wellington have gone to level 2. The impacts of that in the south are significant. There's been a surge in COVID-19 testing following that incident, and we're tracking down some other issues surrounding that. So I guess it never goes away, does it? So
No, long journey.
yeah, exactly. Some good news for Wakawaiti. Water looks like it may be, the flow will be resumed in Wakawaiti at the end of the month, which is only a week and a bit away, or maybe at the start of July. So that's some good news there after the issues there. And on another good sunny note, we have June is expected to become the warmest on record nationwide, and several Otago centres are among the country's weather hotspots. Bearing in mind it is winter,
It is.
so that's all relative really about high temperatures. But yeah, I wouldn't have picked that, to be honest, but there you go. Rumours of a death of a great white shark in Taieri Mouth have been greatly exaggerated. A large grey shark is hanging from a hook at the jetty, and it sparked a flurry of interest. But if you can pick up your ODT tomorrow, you'll find out the real story behind that. And also look out in the paper tomorrow for a special Design for Living publication, which will be inserted in the paper tomorrow.
All right, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. Now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Looking at the situation, fine weather becomes milder for a few days as northwesterly airflow increases. Watch out for bitter cold and low-level snow early next week. Starting at the northwest of the South Island, showers and 12 degrees for Greymouth and Westport. To the northeast, partial cloud with 13 degrees in Nelson and 14 in Blenheim. In Canterbury, partial cloud here as well with 13 degrees in Kaikoura and Ashburton and 12 degrees in Christchurch. To the southern towns, freshening northwesterlies, high cloud and 13 degrees in the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore. To the Central Lakes area, freshening northwesterlies, cloud increasing and 13 degrees in Queenstown, Wanaka and Alexandra. Te Anau can expect fresh northwesterlies, rain and 12 degrees. To the northern towns, moderate northerlies, some cloud and 13 degrees on the coast in Timaru and Oamaru. Inland Twizel and Marama can expect moderate northwesterlies, high cloud and 14. And Dunedin fine with high cloud tonight and a low of 2. Sunny periods and high cloud tomorrow with moderate northerly winds developing and temperatures a little milder. A high of 12 and a low of 6. Mild on Friday with high cloud and moderate to fresh northerly winds. Some brief light rain possible in the evening. A high of 14 and a low of 7. and in Invercargill, cloud increasing tonight with a low of 5. Cloudy tomorrow with northwesterly winds freshening, possibly strong by evening. Some rain tomorrow night, a high of 13 and a low of 7. Cloudy with showers on Friday and strong northwesterly winds, a high of 14 and a low of 7. That's all for our news this Wednesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz or follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.